So last time we talked about two phenomena of light, which is reflection and refraction. So now we're going to focus on reflection, and there is a law of reflection, and it states the relationship between a light ray that hits the surface, and the light ray that is bounced off after it hits the surface. So say for example this one is a reflecting surface, say for example a mirror or a cardboard, and you have a light ray that comes from this angle and hits the surface at this point. Okay, so just so that we have a clear definition of what the angles that we are going to talk about, we are going to draw a normal line. So normal means perpendicular, 90 degrees, with the reflecting surface. So if this is the reflecting surface, we are going to draw a normal line 90 degrees with that surface at the point where the incident ray hits the surface. So when you do this, you have to make sure that it is exactly 90 degrees with the reflecting surface. Okay, so this is your normal line. So if you notice, it's exactly 90 degrees with the reflecting surface. Now the light ray that hits the surface is going to be reflected on the other side. Now it won't go inside the mirror because this is an opaque object, so it gets reflected at this side. And say we have a reflected ray that I'm going to color code with red. So I'm going to draw the light ray like this. Obviously it goes off to the other side like so, and I'm just going to mark this the reflected ray. Okay, so pretty simple. You have an incident ray that hits the surface, and that light ray is reflected on the other side. Now, using this diagram, we can then measure two different angles, which is here. We can measure this angle, and that angle is what we call the angle of incidence. Okay? And on the other side, we can also measure another angle from this ray towards that part, and we call this the angle of reflection. Okay? So the law of reflection is a simple law. It states that the angle of incidence must always be equal to the angle of reflection. So if this angle here is a 60 degrees, then the reflected ray must form an angle which is also 60 degrees. A lot of students make a mistake in this by measuring this angle, which is from the incident ray towards the reflecting surface, and measuring this angle. Those angles are not things that we are talking about. When you measure the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection, you measure it from the incident ray towards the normal line, and from the reflected ray towards the normal line, not from the reflecting surface. Okay?